Lana here, and before you let your mind wander, I want you to pause for just a moment, because this message has found you at a very specific time for a reason. Someone in your life has been fighting a battle they never expected to lose. On the outside, they may appear composed, distant, or even unaffected, but deep inside, there is chaos, longing, and a heart that is growing tired of resisting what it truly wants. The energy surrounding this connection is heavy, magnetic, and impossible to ignore any longer. The moment you clicked on this reading, something shifted in their emotional world. They may not understand it yet, but their defenses are weakening. They've tried logic, distraction, pride, and even denial. They told themselves this was temporary, that feelings would fade, that time would create distance. But instead of fading, the emotions intensified. Instead of distance, the pull grew stronger. This is the kind of connection that follows someone into silence, into sleep, into moments when no one else is watching. Three powerful energies are standing at the center of this story: the Devil, the Lovers, and the Knight of Cups. Together, they speak of desire that feels forbidden, a bond that feels destined, and emotions that refuse to stay unspoken. This isn't just attraction. This is obsession mixed with fear. This is love trying to emerge from behind walls built to protect a wounded heart. What makes this moment so intense is that surrender is beginning where resistance once lived. Their heart is softening, even if their words haven't caught up yet. They feel you in moments of weakness, in memories they can't shake, and in emotions they didn't plan to feel. Something within them knows the fight is coming to an end. Stay with Lana, because what unfolds next reveals why they could never outrun this connection, why their heart is choosing you despite every reason not to, and why this emotional surrender is only just beginning. The Devil energy here speaks of a connection that was never meant to be casual. This is the kind of bond that grabs hold of someone when they least expect it and refuses to let go. They didn't choose this feeling consciously, and that's exactly why it unsettles them. It feels overwhelming, consuming, and deeply physical, but also emotional in ways they can't explain. This person has tried to label it as temptation, weakness, or even illusion, just so they wouldn't have to admit how deeply you affect them. But the more they fight it, the stronger it becomes. At the heart of the Devil is obsession mixed with fear. They think about you far more than they ever intended to. Your presence lingers in their mind, in their body, in their emotions. Even when they try to distract themselves, something pulls them back. A song, a memory, a quiet moment at night. Suddenly, it's you again. This isn't about control over you. It's about losing control over themselves. And that loss terrifies them because they're used to being guarded, disciplined, and emotionally contained. There is also guilt wrapped into this energy. They may feel they shouldn't want you the way they do. Maybe circumstances, timing, past wounds, or personal commitments make this desire feel forbidden. They tell themselves it's wrong, dangerous, or irresponsible, yet their heart doesn't listen to rules. The Devil reveals a tug of war between what they believe they should do and what they desperately want to do. And right now, desire is winning. This person has likely tried to suppress their feelings through avoidance. Silence, distance, or pretending indifference has been their strategy. But suppression only pushes emotions deeper, where they grow roots. The more they deny it, the more intense it becomes. Their body reacts before their mind can stop it. Their heart races at the thought of you. There is longing here, raw and unfiltered, and it makes them feel exposed. The Devil also shows emotional attachment that borders on addiction. You represent something they feel they're missing: passion, connection, aliveness. Being around you, or even thinking about you, awakens parts of them that have been dormant for a long time. And once someone tastes that kind of awakening, it's impossible to forget. They may tell themselves they can walk away at any time, but deep down they know that's not true anymore. What's important to understand is that this energy isn't just physical desire. It's emotional dependency forming beneath the surface. They feel tied to you energetically, even when you're not in contact. They sense you without explanation. They wonder if you feel it too, and that uncertainty fuels their obsession even more. The Devil thrives in the unknown, where imagination fills in the gaps and emotions intensify. This is also a mirror. You reflect something back to them that they haven't fully accepted within themselves. It could be vulnerability, passion, or the need to be seen without armor. And instead of embracing that reflection, they resisted it. But resistance is exhausting. Their heart is getting tired of pretending it doesn't want what it wants. Right now, they are standing at the edge of surrender, even if they don't admit it out loud. The devil shows that the chains binding them were never locked. They stayed because fear felt safer than truth. But something is shifting. The pull toward you is stronger than their fear of losing control. And when someone reaches this point, the battle is already lost. This energy tells us that they tried to fight this connection with logic, distance, and denial. But the heart doesn't operate by those rules. The devil reveals the moment before the fall, when resistance cracks and desire takes over. And once that happens, there is no turning back. The lover's energy brings a powerful shift in this story, because this is where the heart can no longer hide behind desire alone. What started as temptation, attraction, or curiosity begins to transform into something much deeper and far more meaningful. This person is realizing that what they feel for you isn't just chemistry or obsession, it's connection. And that realization changes everything. It forces them to look at you not as a moment, but as a choice. The lover speaks of recognition. On a soul level, they feel familiar with you, as if they've known you longer than this lifetime. There is comfort here, but also fear, because familiarity brings responsibility. This card shows that they see you as someone who mirrors their values, their dreams, and even their wounds. You awaken their heart in a way that feels both beautiful and terrifying. Love feels real now, and real love requires vulnerability. There is an inner conflict happening within them. Their heart is leaning toward you, but their mind is still weighing consequences. They are asking themselves hard questions. What if I choose this and everything changes? What if I don't choose this and I regret it forever? The lover's is never passive energy. It demands a decision. And right now, they are standing in that space of emotional tension, knowing that avoiding the choice is also a choice. This connection brings clarity. They are starting to see that you are not just someone they desire, but someone they respect. They value your presence, your voice, your energy. They care about how you feel. That alone tells you how deep this goes. When someone begins to consider another person's emotions before their own, love is already involved, and that awareness is beginning to soften their defenses. The lovers also reveals emotional honesty that has been suppressed. They want to open up to you, to speak truths they've kept buried. They imagine conversations with you, moments of closeness, shared laughter, shared silence. They wonder what life would feel like if they stopped resisting and allowed this bond to unfold naturally. There is longing here not just for touch, but for union. This card carries the energy of alignment. They feel that being with you would bring balance into their life. You represent peace where there has been chaos, understanding where there has been confusion. And that is why this connection feels destined to them. It doesn't feel forced. It feels inevitable. The lovers appears when two souls are meant to meet at a crossroads and decide whether to walk together. What makes this so emotional for them is the realization that love requires courage. They can no longer pretend that their feelings are shallow or temporary. Their heart is involved now, and with that comes fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of being seen fully. But there is also hope, the hope that choosing love could heal parts of them that have been broken for a long time. They are beginning to understand that love isn't about perfection. It's about choice, choosing to show up, choosing to be honest, choosing to risk being hurt in order to experience something real. The lovers shows that they are leaning toward you, even if they haven't taken action yet. Their heart already knows what it wants. This energy signals that the surrender happening within them is no longer driven by desire alone, but by truth. They are realizing that walking away from you would mean walking away from a chance at something genuine. And that realization is powerful. The lovers reveals the moment when the heart whispers, "This is love," and the soul listens. The Knight of Cups brings a softer, more vulnerable energy into this story. And this is where emotions stop swirling silently and begin searching for expression. After all the inner battles, the resistance, and the heavy choices, this card shows a heart that wants to speak. This person is no longer satisfied with keeping their feelings locked inside. They are imagining what it would feel like to finally reach out, to be honest, to let you know just how deeply you've affected them. This is the energy of romantic surrender. The Knight of Cups doesn't rush, but when they move from the heart. This person has been rehearsing conversations in their mind, picturing moments where they tell you how they feel, where they open up in ways they rarely allow themselves to. They want to approach you gently, emotionally, and sincerely. This isn't about impulse anymore. This is about intention. There is a longing here to be understood. They want you to see the real them, not the guarded version, not the distant one, but the emotional core they've hidden from most people. You've awakened something tender in them, something hopeful. They feel inspired by you. You make them want to be better, kinder, more emotionally present, and that alone tells you how meaningful this connection is. The Knight of Cups also carries the energy of apology and emotional honesty. They may be reflecting on moments where they held back, where they confused you, or where silence replaced truth. There is regret here, but it's gentle, not heavy. They wish they had been braver sooner. They wish they had trusted their heart instead of fear. Now, they feel ready to lead with emotion rather than logic. This card shows that their feelings are romantic, idealistic, and heartfelt. They dream about you. They imagine shared moments that feel warm and safe. They think about what it would be like to build something emotional with you, something based on mutual care and understanding. This isn't fantasy without substance. It's emotional vision, the desire to create something meaningful. What's important to understand is that the Knight of Cups doesn't act from pressure. They act when the heart feels aligned, and that alignment is happening now. Their emotions are settling into clarity. They know what they feel, they know what they want, and they know who they want it with. The confusion that once held them back is slowly dissolving. This energy also reflects emotional vulnerability. They are aware that opening up means risking rejection, but they are reaching a point where the risk of staying silent feels greater than the risk of speaking. They don't want to miss the chance to express what's in their heart. The Knight of Cups arrives when someone is ready to take that emotional step, even if their voice shakes. There is a sense of emotional offering here. They want to give you something sincere, words, affection, presence. They want to show up emotionally, not just think or feel from a distance. This card often appears when someone is preparing to make a heartfelt gesture or confession. It doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to be real. The Knight of Cups represents the final surrender in this journey. Desire has transformed into love, love into choice, and choice into action. Their heart is leading now. They are no longer fighting what they feel. They are embracing it. And when this energy fully unfolds, it brings emotional honesty, romance, and a connection built on genuine feeling rather than fear. This is the moment where the heart steps forward, cup in hand, ready to speak its truth. When the Devil, the Lovers, and the Knight of Cups appear together, they tell a powerful emotional story of transformation, a journey from resistance to realization, and finally to heartfelt surrender. This combination doesn't show a simple or light connection. It reveals a bond that challenges someone at their deepest emotional layers, forcing them to confront desire, fear, and love all at once. These three energies together describe a love that cannot be ignored, no matter how hard someone tries. It begins with the Devil, where attraction feels overwhelming and even frightening. This is the stage where emotions are intense, consuming, and often misunderstood. The person feels pulled toward you in ways they can't logically explain. They may label it obsession, temptation, or weakness because admitting the depth of feeling feels too vulnerable. The Devil represents the phase where they are most conflicted, wanting you deeply, yet fearing the loss of control that comes with wanting someone so much. This energy creates inner chaos, because the heart is screaming while the mind tries to silence it. Then the Lover steps in and shifts everything. This is where desire evolves into meaning. The person begins to understand that what they feel isn't just chemistry or longing, it's connection. They recognize you as someone who resonates with their soul, someone who reflects their values and emotional truth. The Lovers brings clarity, but also pressure, because it demands a choice. They can no longer hide behind denial or distance. They must either choose love or walk away from something that feels profoundly real. And that realization is both beautiful and terrifying. Together, the Devil and the Lovers create a tension between passion and purpose. One pulls them through desire, the other through truth. This is the space where they ask themselves whether love is worth the risk. They feel torn between staying safe and stepping into something that could change their life. And the longer they sit in this tension, the clearer it becomes that avoidance is no longer an option. Their heart is already involved. The Knight of Cups arrives as the resolution to this emotional conflict. This is the moment when feelings are no longer just felt, but accepted. The Knight of Cups represents emotional maturity and romantic courage. It shows that the person has moved past fear and is now willing to lead with their heart. They want to express what they feel honestly and gently. This is not reckless action, it's intentional vulnerability. When these three cards come together, they show the evolution of emotional energy. The Devil shows the pull, the Lovers shows the choice, and the Knight of Cups shows the expression. It's the story of someone who tried to fight their feelings, then tried to understand them, and finally decided to honor them. This progression reveals deep emotional growth. The person is no longer running from their emotions. They are learning how to hold them with care. This combination also speaks of surrender in the truest sense, not giving up, but letting go of fear. The Devil's chains loosen, the Lovers opens the heart, and the Knight of Cups steps forward with honesty. It's the release of control and the acceptance of vulnerability. This is where love becomes conscious rather than compulsive. There is also a strong message here about timing. These cards suggest that everything unfolded exactly as it needed to. The struggle wasn't a mistake. It was necessary for growth. Without the Devil, they wouldn't understand the depth of desire. Without the Lovers, they wouldn't recognize the soul connection. Without the Knight of Cups, they wouldn't find the courage to act. Each stage prepared them for the next. Emotionally, this combination shows someone who is ready to offer something real. They are no longer hiding behind silence or mixed signals. They want to communicate from the heart. They may still feel nervous, but their intentions are sincere. They want connection, not control. They want love, not escape. This trio also reflects mutual energy. While much of the struggle happened within them, the bond itself is shared. The attraction, the choice, and the emotional openness exist because both souls are connected on a deeper level. There is a sense of destiny here, not forced, but aligned. When two people meet and trigger this kind of emotional evolution, it's never random. Ultimately, the Devil, the Lovers, and the Knight of Cups together tell the story of a heart that tried to resist love, realized it couldn't, and finally chose to embrace it with honesty. This is emotional alchemy, turning fear into courage, desire into devotion, and silence into truth. And when this combination appears, it signals that love is no longer being fought, it is being chosen.